What is going on, guys? It is Longman bringing you another Minecraft video today. We are on episode 11. We have just beat to the Ender Dragon, and the next thing we need is a mending. And the best way to get mending is going to be villages. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up our villager area. Now, I'm not too sure what part of the building, how we're going to add it to the build, but our mission today is essentially to try to organize villagers. So we have a village over in the background. I believe I made it so some of the villagers will survive or have survived. So hopefully I can pop them in a boat and bring them over. That's the game plan for the day. Let's see how it goes. So this is after the video has been recorded and edited, and I just want to say this has taken me a long time. It's taken me a lot of days to record and figure out and learn about the villager process. So if you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button. I had a lot of fun. I did really enjoy this, but it did take an extra few days. So again, if you really liked it, please hit that like button and show your support. Thanks, guys. Let's hop right into the action. I've collected some resources that I am thinking about using for the build itself, but for now we just want to set it up so we actually get the mending books. So that's actually going to be more complicated, I think, because I've never really done any Enderman or any villager farming. So that being said, let's dive right into it, and then we'll see what we can do here. So essentially, I think I'm going to take the boat over there. That's the island. I'm going to take the boat over to the village, see if I can put a villager in a boat, and then bring them back to base. That's the game plan. Alright, so we're at the village. I'm pretty sure I blocked off some buildings to keep villagers in. Looks like I got one over there. A couple over here. Okay, perfect. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Let's see if it worked. Did it work? Yep, we got one in there. Perfect. Let's start off pretty simply. Come on, get in. Oh, shit. Alright. I'm gonna fuck around a little bit and see what I can get here. Yes! Okay, we got it. Alright, so right away we got one. We know we'll be able to generally get that back. Hopefully that water connects. Let's just put them right over here in the water, because we know this will oh, no way. That's a weird. Anyways, I'm going to get them over to the water, and then we'll go from there. Alright, we got one in the water. We are going to take him back to base. Okay, there we go. Got him on. Perfect. Gotta buzz all the way back. I'm going to have to do this in a couple different recording sessions, but we're going to make it work. Already a good start just getting one of them over here. I thought I was gonna have to do like rails from like a different village, so I got a bunch of iron. I mean, I was running low on iron, so it wasn't a big deal to just grab a little bit more iron. But once you get mending here, it's gonna be a lot easier to do everything. Like with the Elytra, it'll be much easier, which will be very, very nice. Building will be, I mean, I think building will be easier. We'll kind of able to do building without the Elytra, which is nice, but now this is where I'm not quite sure. Can I grab him on a lead? Am I able to lead up a villager? I wonder. That would be convenient. Also, I know they've added different types of mobs and animals, but what is a blue egg? What does that mean? Somebody please explain in the comments. So we can't lead him. We're going to have to somehow get him across. Alright, so I have him trapped in here, but he doesn't. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. That's what we want. Beauty. Alright. That's exactly what we want. Okay, now we got him. Essentially, I just wanted to get him on a train track so that we can just bring him back, because bring the boat, slabs weren't working, nothing was really working, so let's see how this goes. What? As you guys can tell, I have not worked with villagers very much, but that's exactly what we want. Yes. Okay, we got him going all the way. Alright, so very temporary, but we do have our one villager trapped and ready. So now we just have to get our second one, and then I think from there we can pretty much just breed them. I don't think we need much more than 2. So let's get our other one over, and we should be fine. Now, I'm not exactly sure how they work. That's going to be a whole other equation, but let's get our other guy over here. Actually, can I sleep right now? I kind of want to sleep. Get the rain over, just in case any mobs spawn. I do not want any mobs spawn. Yeah, no, it's not thunderstorming. Alright, okay. I'm going to get the other guy over here. I've kind of given you guys a rundown. Basically, we got the boat over. And once we got the boat over to this island, pretty much just rip the train tracks back. So, let's give it a go. Alright, so we have both of our villagers here. I have set up where I want to put them. These 2 little shacks is what we're gonna do. Yeah, once we get them in here, we'll kind of have our little area, and we can build off of that, right? So let's get them into their little holes, and we'll go from there. 1 done. There we go. 2 done. There we are. There we are, guys. And there we go. We got both of them. So I think that's amazing. That is step 1 of the villager process. Now I need to learn a little bit more about them, so I'm going to do some research, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, we have returned. I've learned a little bit about these villagers and how they work, okay? So I'm not 100% sure, but I think basically we want to have one villager that gives us emeralds, and then one we use our emeralds to get mending. I think that's kind of the idea. Now, basically, this guy here is a Fletcher, I think. I just learned all this, so we're gonna learn together. So this is a Fletcher table or something. We want to get sticks for emeralds. That's like one of the best trades. Okay. Now here, with the librarian, we can get mending. So this one we have Bane of Arthropods, so that's not what we want. So we basically have to keep breaking this thing until we get mending here, and then we can lock it in. I think that's my understanding. So let's try it out. Maybe I'll be back with you guys once we get a mending book. Okay, protection 1. That's a little better. That's a little better. Okay. Essentially, I think what we're going to do right now is we are going to lock in this trade, 32 sticks for emeralds. I think we can basically turn this guy into a zombie and then turn him back into a villager, and this will get discounted. Alright, so let's lock in that trade. Alright, let's pop that in there. And there's these levels too, which I help to. I don't know what the Fletcher will give, but alright, there we go. So this guy's locked in, I believe. So the more and more we trade sticks with him, the more emeralds we'll get. Now this guy, we got protection. We want to get mending still, so we are going to pop that back down. And every time we break that and place it back down, he changes his sales, right? So again, let's just wait it out and see what's going on. All right, guys, we have gotten one. We have gotten one. All right, it's not ideal, but we did get mending from a villager. Okay, this is actually perfect. So we got emeralds to books, and then we got emerald to bookshelves, and then we got books to mending book. Right. So if we were to do this, gives us three books. Right. We need 23. So 11 emeralds. The math is not as good as doing 18 emeralds for one mending book, but we can do it. We can also get books, right? So big thing we need to do now is, well, for one, we need to lock in things. So we need to make a fuck ton of books, which we don't have. So we're gonna lock these guys up, and that's the next step we're gonna work on, is we're going to get enough leather to take care of these guys. All right, so let's focus on that, and I'll be back once I have a little more going on. All right, we have returned. It's been a few days now, and we've made some progress. We made some knowledge progress. We made some progress. All right. So last time we spoke, we had a mending villager here, and we had a sticks villager here. All right. So a few things has happened since. First of all, somehow the mending villager reset. We weren't able to get that, so it went back to just being random. Alright. Second of all, I was trying to change this villager into a zombie and change it back in order to reduce the price. But it turns out that I forgot to put it in hard, so they just killed the villager. So basically, I got a little frustrated, took a break. I ended up having to go back to the village, take another villager all the way back, pop him in here. So at that point, I had returned a new villager here. So we had our original one and then another one. This guy was new. And from there, I was kind of trying to work through it, get the right enchants. I was really struggling to get the Mending book here again, but we made some progress in different ways. So the first thing we did, we actually saw a zombie villager pop up near the base. So what I did was I trapped him and I converted him to a villager. So that's how we got our third villager. We have a little setup and I'll show you that. And then the big thing I was figuring out after that was breeding. Alright, so this is what we got. So we had our two originally. I've made like a little villager room here. They're all able to sit here. We see we got a baby. So essentially, I'll show you the enchants and I'll explain a little bit of what was going on. So, right, we have our sticks villager, right? 27 for emeralds. Not too bad. We also got flint for emeralds. So we have to level it up, see what else we unlock. Now, these are the guys that I am happy with, right? Set up a bunch of lecterns. This guy, I believe, is the mending. No, this is looting, right? So we got looting book, not too bad, 11 emeralds. Book, and then we get a looting 3. We got one looting 3, right? And then this is the other one. So click on him. We got 24 paper for an emerald, and then we got 14 emeralds, a book for mending, guys. This is the villager. This is the villager that we really wanted to get here. So we got a nice little setup, and I just figured out how to make them breed, right? So I was throwing them bread, I was throwing them carrots, I was throwing them potatoes, and nothing was really working. So what I ended up doing was I just made a stack of bread, right? I don't know, I guess I wasn't giving them enough bread. Made a stack of bread, tossed them out there. So now we have our fourth. We have a baby villager, and now since we know how it all works, we can basically just multiply it over and over and over again. The next step is going to be figuring out the best types of trades. Now it looks like they're actually about to breed again. So let's wait here and see what happens. Oh my gosh! I just took a bite of my donut. All right, so there we go. Right away we saw that is actually another villager, right? So now we're at 5. This is a big deal. I think it's because I just dumped a bunch of fucking food on them. So eventually when they had enough, they breeded a couple times. Now we'll see what happens if they do it a third time. But that's really good to see. Now we got 5 villagers, so I'm actually fucking ecstatic about that. Next step is going to be building an area for them, kind of organizing them, setting it up that way. But I'm really happy about how this turned out. It took me a long time to figure out. Like, I was just sitting there breaking lectern, putting it back, breaking lectern, putting it back, breaking lectern, putting it back, breaking lectern, putting it back. But it really wasn't working for me. I'm glad we ended up getting it figured out. Eventually I just moved them into this area, and I was just replacing a bunch of fucking lecterns. Like, once I got the looting guy, I just like kept him. I locked in the trade. And then once we got the stick guy, pretty much just locked in that trade as well. And the mending kind of came last. So when I had those 2 locked in, I was just kind of replacing these 3 over and over and over and over again. Eventually we got our mending book, which was absolutely incredible. So I have a little stash of books. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm guessing it's going to be in this chest. Nope. Yes, here we go. We got looting 3, mending. So what we're going to do before we close out the video is we are going to put mending on all the stuff we wanted to put it on, right? My inventory is quite randomized right now, but let's pop everything where we want it. Can I not put something on top of it? Oh yeah, okay, I can. Okay, basically we want the first thing to be our elytra, right? Where the fuck is our elytra? There's our elytra. Another thing we need is unbreaking, but we're gonna get there. Now we have the idea. We know exactly how to progress in that. Now I'm super hyped about it. So first of all, let's put this on our elytra. That is a big deal. I've never really had a game where I was able to put mending on our elytra or anything. Like, I haven't really progressed into villagers and using mending, so I'm super happy about it. You get to see them in the background. We got the babies, right? Next thing we're going to do is our efficiency 5 pickaxe, right? So that's pretty much maxed out. That's what we want. It's going to cost 5. Let's rename it. Let's go simple the myth. That's really all it's going to be, right? I'm okay with that. Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Fortune 3. We got a couple more now. I'm not sure what we're going to use our other Mending book for, but we're going to see. What's our sword? Sharp. We need sharpness, and we can toss a looting on our current sword, right? I think I have sharpness 3, right? So I'm going to toss a Mending on my current sword. That way it's basically just gonna stay the same the whole time, right? And we can go fucking, I don't even know what to name them. Let's leave a comment and give me a name for our sword, right? So I'm super happy about this. I think this is like incredible, right? Like I never even thought this was like, gonna happen. I'm super happy about it. So let's go get these things back to max level, and then we're gonna call it from there. All right, let's go. Alright, I think this is going to be it, guys. I think this is going to be it. Let's see if we get our pickaxe. I want it to be that all our 3 tools, right? Our elytra, our sword, and our pick are all with 0. Oh, give it to me. Yeah, there we go. There we go, guys. It has been accomplished. Major advancements in this episode, and I'm super happy. Let's send her off. Woof. Last thing I want to talk about is this weird redstone contraption that I have laying around. It didn't end up working, but I wanted to make like a clock. I think it's called like a repeater clock. Basically just like flashing on and off. And I wanted to be able to grow wheat like automatically, right? So my goal was to kind of have this like that, and then you take some redstone, basically make that fire and make that fire, right? I got seeds, I got bone meal, but that did not work, so I don't really know what to do with that. That being said, this is not the most important thing, because we do have a wheat farm on the other side of this hill, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I grabbed a bunch of bones for the bone meal, yeah, because our farm is pretty much unlimited stuff. So anyways, that was that. I wanted to show it to you guys because I know I poked at it earlier, or at least showed it a little bit in the video, but yeah, this is the current villager setup, and I am so freaking happy with it. I think I said we were going to do a little building at the beginning of the episode, but this took forever. I'm going to get this edited, get this out for you guys, and then next episode we're going to build an actual area where we can put them in. Alright guys, that is it for the episode. I feel like we got a lot accomplished here, and I'm actually so hyped about it. I think this has been an unreal episode. It took me a really long time to figure it out, but we got a little village forming. We got a good amount of villagers at this point, and I think that it's going to be good. I think we're going to be able to take advantage of it. We got the important books, right? We got Mending. We got some emeralds. So yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. I think it's gonna work out really well. Next episode, we're gonna focus on getting the proper area set up for where these guys are gonna go, and I think we're gonna work on really building the base out a little bit, because we haven't even really used it, right? It's just like the beginning of a tower. It's not really anything too crazy. So that's gonna be it for the episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, please hit that sub button, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Now, guys, I know I haven't been the most consistent. This episode has taken me a long time to get done. So don't worry. We're not going anywhere. We're just getting started here. Got a lot more to do. Yeah. Again, hit that sub button if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. And without further ado, have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.